Well, Dr. Jeff here at the animal clinic, I guess, in Rosebud. And, sir, welcome to Rosebud.
Thank you.
How have things been this week? You've been, yesterday I'm told was very, very busy. And
Yeah, I mean, we did a little over 100 animals yesterday, and I'm not sure how many we're doing today, but we got a 7-hour drive ahead of us, so we're going to try to get out of here by 1 or 2.
What's the overall condition of the animals pen that's coming in?
Oh, they're not in bad condition at all. I mean, we're not really in flea and tick season, but overall, there's, a few animals with tumors and things, like more chronic type issues. But as far as most skin conditions, things like that, pretty minimal. But that's really typical this time of year, too.
Were you surprised at all by the turnout yesterday? I'm told it was very, very busy. Or surprised, encouraged? What's the word you'd use?
Well, I've been here before, and I've actually come several times in the past, and it's usually a pretty good turnout. Ruth comes in ahead of time and sets a lot of stuff up, and the volunteers on the res here have been great. We got good contacts here. I think the people really want, and we haven't been here for like a year. I think the people really want it and they need it, and so I think it goes with the territory.
Can you tell me about that year? Now, and I'm not trying to point blame or fingers at anybody, but what does it do to the population of animals if they go a year without spay and neutering? What's the explosion of population?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, cats are 45 times more prolific than human beings. So for every human born, you can have 45 kittens. Dogs are about 15 times more. So, everyone wants to have a litter, but they don't understand that by doing that, we don't have litters.
Right.
So, they're just always ahead of us, and that's just the reality. And part of it is they always have a few people that just are resistant to spay neuter, and they don't want to get it done for whatever reason. But then they create all these puppies and kittens that go out and create more puppies and kittens. For the most part, people are really open, and they understand that their animal will live longer and be healthier if they're fixed. They roam less. There's just there's less dog bites. I mean, there's just good statistics on this.
How do you feel about?
Do your thing. No hurry. I'll patiently be waiting.
How? Well, that was kind of an interesting way to go ahead and interrupt the visiting here. But how aware are you of some of the problems and sets that we've had here on the Rosebud Reservation with dogs and sets?
I've been working on reservations for over 20 years. I'm pretty attuned to the problems on a lot of different reservations. And actually, one of the kids I coached in high school was from Pine Ridge, So, and I know about the dog attack last year.
Right.
Same thing on the Crow Reservation, the other ones, Northern Cheyenne, some of the reservations we've worked on. So it's a real problem anywhere. And the truth is, I work all over the world.
Right.
It's pretty much the same in Mexico and India and places like that. Anytime you don't have when you have animals free roaming that are intact, you're going to have issues. That's just the reality of life. And part of it is, it's just cost. And the truth is, we see the same thing in Denver. It's not on the rich side of town, but on the poor side of town, I'm sorry, there are dogs running loose and they're reproducing fast, and they are the source of a lot of problems. It's general rule. I mean, my belief has always been that if you offer a service, people take advantage of it.
Right.
If you have no one offering a service, you can't take advantage of it. Now, can you? So our goal is to get in here and offer something. And as you've seen the turnout, so obviously people want to make a change.
Right.
They want to make a difference in their own lives and their own animals' lives, and that's what this is all about.
Can you just talk briefly about the quality of care that's been provided here? I mean, these folks, a lot of the doctors and volunteers come in and volunteer their time, but also their expertise.
Sure. I mean, I don't bring a lot of rookies with me. Anyone that comes in and does surgery with me has been vetted by me, and I trust them. Both these, Petra's my wife, and I have to say I'm a little biased, but she's really talented. She was number 1 in her class, on the top of her class at vet school, and she's just brilliant. Don graduated at the Royal Academy in London, vet school, and he's so far advanced from where he should be at, because he's only been out like a little over 2 years, I guess going on 2 years. But we do a lot of surgeries, and they learn a lot under me, so, and then everybody else, my grandkids are here, they're volunteering, and there's a lot of good volunteers here on the res. So it's I know a lot of people bring in students and stuff, and I don't have a problem with that. I've done the same thing before, as long as they've been prepared for it. The biggest thing is to be able to do something for low cost or no cost, presented to the people on their reservation, and so they can take advantage of it. And there's just nothing wrong with that in my mind.
When can we expect some of the footage to show up on the Animal Planet?
Well, that's a little above my pay grade. Honestly, I honestly don't know.
Right.
It's hard to say. Last year they started in July. I think I hear rumors it's going to be like April, May. They're going to start earlier in the season,
Okay.
in the year this year. Last year we were filming during this time, and now we're basically done. This was the last trip for Animal Planet production, so we should hopefully be going to. I don't know how long it takes them to put it all together from this point.
Can you introduce me to the River Monsters guy? Because I'm telling you, that show grabs my attention like no other.
I actually kind of like that one too. I watched that quite a bit, and I'm kind of getting into the it's the gold one, not Gold Rush, but there's one where the gold is lost up in the
Alaska, Yukon, somewhere up there.
Yeah, something like that.
I just saw it last week. Love it.
So I watch a few of those things. I honestly don't watch that kind of TV. In all honesty, I don't watch TV all that much, and I usually watch movies and stuff. But it's been interesting to watch some of the other vet programs that I never watched before. And people ask me, do I watch my own shows? Like, well, no. First off, I know how it ends.
Yeah, right. Right.
People are surprised. And there's something weird about watching yourself on TV. I don't have that kind of. I got an ego when it comes to certain things, the veterinary side, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's just weird to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't sound the way you think you sound.
Sure.
You don't look the way you think you look, because you don't see yourself from that perspective. So it's a little different. I'm still getting used to it.